Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to your weekly dose of newsy infotainment. It's Let's Be Treasonable, coming to you from the luxurious studios of Radio Titans in Los Angeles with a limited but dedicated panel of cognitive dissidents today. Joining me, as always, is the black voice of reason, the raconteur, the man who sets us straight, Mr. Tymon Shipp.
Power to the people, Dave. Good to be here. It's just me. Just you and me.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
And that's Bill Withers' version, not none of that Fresh Prince.
Oh, okay.
Just not. Yeah, we don't need that. I am Dr. David Robinson, your Vin Scully for the impending apocalypse. It's a busy weekend. There is the San Luis Obispo Comedy Festival, where several of our regular panelists are appearing this weekend. There's I don't remember what the official name of it is, but what I've been calling it, I think really gets to the point, is the Don't Shoot Our Children March, which is happening downtown. They're having them all around the country because apparently this is where America is now, where we need to rally in the street. Well, hey, please don't shoot our children.
I mean, as I was saying to you earlier, Dave, I could not believe that this is where we are. You know, and they say, well, it's video games. They say, well, it's the movies.
We're going to talk about all that in a minute, because I love. Well, we'll talk about the NRA and CPAC and all the folks making excuses and trying to come up with alternate explanations. I think I've mentioned this on the show a few weeks ago when we were in prime Super Bowl time. But Super Bowl used to, I don't remember who the comedian was, had a bit that you used to tune into the Super Bowl every year to catch up with the latest advancements in shaving technology. Right. Because you always had, Gillette, Schick, one of the big razor companies, doing an ad, and there was inevitably some sort of computer animation demonstrating how now it's got 12 blades and a slick strip, patented trade. So I want to bring that tradition back. I want to buy ad space on the Super Bowl for Occam's razor. If it's the most obvious answer, it's probably right. If you hear hooves coming at you, you're probably not going to get trampled by a zebra. Odds are horse, at least in Los Angeles. Occam's razor. Really simple. So we're going to talk about the usual suspects getting blamed for mass shootings and so much more. But first, we are going to check in with our invisible panelists joining us through the miraculous technology of pre-recorded sound and telephony. It is 5-time Emmy nominee Will Durst with this week's Burst of Durst.
Hey guys, Will Durst here with a few choice words about Donald Trump's response to the latest in a distressing series of school shootings. Or better yet, multiple responses. The president was all over the map like an apprentice cartographer on a garbage scow in the middle of a typhoon. First, he said we should arm teachers. Then he yelled at the mainstream media for claiming he said we should arm teachers. Then he said we shouldn't just give teachers guns, but bonuses and snacks. Not rulers or pencils. Guns, yes. Stationary, no. Listening session with relatives and survivors of the Florida high school massacre. Room carrying a cheat sheet that reminded him to say, I hear you. Apparently his staff is aware that hearing people in a listening session is not his first instinct. Trump also insisted we focus on mental health issues, conveniently forgetting that it was he who got rid of the rules restricting the mentally ill from purchasing guns. A lot like Germany complaining that they don't have any halfway decent Jewish delis anymore. Yeah, there you go. Let's give guns to teachers. Probably help cut down on tardiness, note passing, and backtalk. Not to mention making faculty meetings and parent-teacher conferences a lot more interesting. Details were murky, but this undoubtedly means arming the janitors and cafeteria ladies as well. Although many will argue that school lunches were already weaponized during the Reagan administration. The National Rifle Association says we need more good guys with guns. Problem is, a lot of good guys with guns belong to that whole kill 'em all and let God sort 'em out school of thought. And once teachers are armed, it's only a matter of time before the kids start packing. I'm going out during recess to play tetherball. Cover me. Or let's be treasonable. I'm Will Durst.
Thank you very much, Will. Yeah, always nice to get the insight from Mr. Durst there. And he raises a lot of great points. My sister is a professor, college level, and she doesn't want to carry a gun. She teaches art. Well, maybe you don't know. I don't know why I said, but we read and hear about, and we'll mention it, the idea that we can't get books and paper and pencils and pens,
Right.
School supplies. We can't give them money to get those. Who's buying these guns for the teachers?
Right.
It's why and is that I was listening to Trump speak at CPAC, and the way he was about the need for guns in school, it was just the whole narrative.
Right.
A year and change after the inauguration, it's becoming abundantly clear that when he was talking about American carnage, that wasn't a report on what was currently happening at the time. That was like his list of goals.
But this is the same guy who has two sons who go out and kill animals and everything. I mean, these guys are killing, big giant tigers and whatnot, endangered species. And so really he don't give a shit. I mean, these guys, even his own sons are telling him, Dad, don't let him take the guns.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody,
honestly, I don't know that Trump himself actually cares that much about the actual issue as much as he cares. This is red
his son
meat
doesn't have to
for
deal
the
with
people
anything
who
like that.
love me. So no, well,
the youngest son doesn't have to deal with anything. I mean, this guy. I mean, these kids that are coming up today. Okay, they like that little suburban town that that was not far from where Tiger Woods and a lot of the golfers they live. They know it's a small little town.
Oh, Parkland in Florida.
Yeah, they don't live far from there, and it affected them. I mean, these guys are like, hey man, you can't go to school anymore. These are mass murders, man. And they say, well, it's only, we don't have as many as we have regular murder. Look, one is too many. You don't need to give me 4 or 5 to get me to see what's truly going on. I need you to stop the ones, like you said, this kid was able to, his parents died, which sucked. But then you find out this guy had been on the radar for a while. And the white supremacist guys, they were like, yeah, we trained him.
Yeah.
We've been talking to him. Yeah, we got him. Yeah, we know about it. And
these
are the,
that's
right. Why not round up all the white supremacist groups now? See, like, if that would have been a Muslim group, okay.
Oh, in a second.
They'd have rounded up every fucking Muslim they could find. Round up these white boys who are out here, who are doing this stupid shit, who believe in white power, and they feel like, and that is nothing but fear, man. It's the fear that.
Well, it's fear, and I was thinking, you remember years ago on Saturday Night Live, Eddie Murphy was doing a Bill Cosby. It was like a commercial for a Bill Cosby concert. See the cause talk about uncomedic topics, and it cuts to Eddie Murphy. Fear. But yeah, it's not just about fear though. It's about using fear for control.
Right.
And
the fact that you recruited a kid, and I work at juvenile hall, and when parents say, "Oh, they shot my son, he didn't have a gun," and I started to say to myself, you know what? I work at juvie, and I talk to those kids who are all gang members, most of them, and they said, "Sir," and I asked them, I put the question to them. He said, "Oh hell, fuck yeah, man! Everybody got guns. Everybody's got a gun." So when they shot him, he had a gun. He probably didn't have a gun when they got over there, but he had a gun. And hey, everybody's got guns. The kids got a gun. I'm always wondering, what does a guy in the suburbs need with a AK-47 or BAR or AR-50? What are you doing?
I'll tell you what you need it for. If you live in the suburbs, usually, the suburbs it's expansion from the cities, so they're built over farmland or open spaces where wild animals live.
Right.
And if you've ever come home from the bars and you're coming up your driveway and you turn into the driveway from the street and the headlights hit those two glowing eyes of a possum that's sitting in the middle of your driveway with its big stretched out rat scary face, that's why you need an AR-15. Varmints.
Varmints are probably the ones telling you what's coming.
Varmints are in the suburbs, man. They're everywhere. Got to take them out. So if your sarcasm meters aren't working, I don't know.
No, I
don't know why you need that.
I don't. And so they say it's the movies. They say it's the games. It's everything. It's like, I saw problems with our. I mean, I often say we created every psychopathic motherfucker there is today.
Well, and the NRA is also blaming the media now.
Okay.
And I don't remember reading anything in the papers or seeing anything on TV about some maniac who went into a movie theater and killed, with the media.
Right.
I don't remember someone going into a school and decided with a video game and taking out 17 people and injuring another 15 with his video game.
Right.
And
each one of those people, the parents bought the guns. Now,
well, actually, this our most recent mass shooting, didn't he buy that himself?
He bought the gun, but they left the key with him. Now, I mean, the guy who killed at Sandy Hook.
Yeah, that was his mom's gun.
But she gave it to him. They would go shooting. You didn't see nothing wrong when your son's taping the windows all dark with to keep his room dark. You didn't see there was something wrong with this motherfucker. And then when she didn't come home one day and he saw that she was spending more time with the kids or whatever, this is some bullshit. And he went down there, and he didn't give a shit and massacred and knew exactly what he was doing. He was on the computer every night, and I think that as I think of all the different things, we think about our computers. I mean, Steve Jobs knew, and even Zuckerberg has known that this thing here, that Facebook and that's
the phone.
Yeah, this thing, the
not
phone.
A visual medium.
Yeah. Are a problem, and they knew it when they created it. He didn't even. I mean, I don't think Jobs even allowed his own kids to look at cell phones. But it seems like it's a multiple, just compounding of different things that are coming together. Whether it's cell phones, whether it's social media, but it's and you just keep adding in stuff. The bullying is on the now. We got cyber bullying. Never heard of anything in my life, but now. I mean, and you're putting all this stuff together. And so we got autism. We have bad parenting. We just sent a guy who, where parents are brutally killing their kids. So so it's just always a compounding of all this different stuff coming together. People don't have jobs. We have a huge homeless problem. And people are snap